For millions of people, the 401k is presented as the foundation of retirement security. Contribute consistently, invest for decades, and eventually retire comfortably. But critics argue there's another side to the system that most workers never fully understand. High fees, market dependence, inflation, limited financial education, and the shift away from traditional pensions have transferred more financial risk onto ordinary individuals, while major financial institutions continue profiting from the system itself. Today we will talk about your 401k is a scam and Wall Street is counting on you not knowing so. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. 10. Most people believe the 401k is the perfect retirement solution for decades. The 401k has been presented as one of the smartest financial tools available to ordinary workers. The message is simple. Contribute consistently, invest for decades, and retirement will eventually take care of itself. Employers encourage it. Financial companies promote it. And entire retirement systems revolve around it. On the surface, it sounds like a responsible path toward financial security. But many people never stop to question how the system actually works, who benefits most from it, or whether it truly guarantees the comfortable retirement people expect. The uncomfortable reality is that while 401ks can help people invest long-term, the system surrounding them often benefits financial institutions just as much, sometimes even more, than the workers using them. 9. Wall Street makes money whether you win or lose. One of the biggest truths many investors overlook is that large financial institutions earn fees continuously regardless of market performance. Asset managers, mutual funds, brokers, and financial firms collect management fees simply for keeping money inside investment products. Even if markets perform poorly for periods of time, fees are still extracted consistently. Over decades, these small percentages compound into enormous amounts of money flowing toward financial institutions. Most people barely notice these costs because they appear small annually. But long-term compounding works on fees just as powerfully as it works on investments. 8. Most workers don't truly understand what they own. Another major issue is that many people contribute to retirement accounts without deeply understanding where their money is invested. They choose default options, target date funds, or employer-selected plans without analyzing fees, risk exposure, or long-term performance structures. This creates a situation where millions of workers are financially participating in markets they barely understand. Wall Street benefits from this passivity because complexity often discourages people from asking deeper questions about how the system operates. 7. Inflation quietly weakens retirement expectations. Many retirement projections look impressive on paper, but inflation changes the equation significantly over long periods. A retirement balance that sounds large today may have far less purchasing power decades later. Housing, healthcare, insurance, food, and daily living expenses continue rising over time, often faster than people expect. This means many workers may spend decades contributing consistently only to discover that their retirement savings do not provide the lifestyle they originally imagined. The numbers may grow, but the real purchasing power behind those numbers changes constantly. 6. The system encourages you to stay invested no matter what. One reason the retirement industry became so powerful is because it depends heavily on long-term continuous contributions. Workers invest portions of paychecks regularly for decades, creating enormous pools of capital flowing steadily into financial markets. This provides Wall Street with consistent liquidity and investment capital, regardless of economic conditions. Financial institutions strongly encourage people to stay invested through every cycle, because the system itself functions best when money remains continuously inside it. While long-term investing can absolutely be beneficial, it is also important to understand how much the broader financial industry depends on this behavior. 5. Retirement risk was shifted from companies to individuals. In previous generations, Many workers relied more heavily on pensions, where employers carried much of the long-term retirement responsibility. Over time, many companies shifted toward 401k-style systems instead. This transferred much of the investment risk from corporations onto individuals. Workers now carry the burden of deciding contribution rates, investment choices, and retirement timing themselves. If markets perform poorly, if inflation rises, or if savings fall short, the responsibility largely falls on the individual rather than the employer. This shift fundamentally changed the retirement landscape. 4. Market crashes can disrupt years of planning. Because 401ks are heavily tied to market performance, retirement outcomes depend significantly on timing. A major market downturn near retirement age can reduce portfolio values dramatically at the exact moment people need stability most. Younger investors may have decades to recover from crashes, but older workers face more pressure because they have less time available for markets to rebound. This creates uncertainty that many retirement advertisements rarely emphasize strongly enough. 3. Financial education around retirement is surprisingly weak. Another major problem is that most people never receive serious education about investing, retirement planning, compounding, tax strategy, or withdrawal planning. Workers are often told to contribute automatically without fully understanding risk management, diversification, inflation effects, or long-term financial planning. This creates dependence on financial systems people may not fully understand. Wall Street benefits when participation remains high, while financial literacy remains relatively low. 2. The wealthy often build retirement differently. Many wealthy individuals do not rely primarily on retirement accounts alone for long-term financial security. Instead, they focus heavily on ownership of businesses, real estate, investments, cash-flowing assets, and scalable income streams. Their wealth often comes from asset ownership, capable of generating income independently of retirement account structures. This creates a major difference between ordinary workers relying mainly on retirement contributions and wealthier individuals building broader systems of financial independence. 1. The real truth about 401ks. The deeper truth about 401ks is not necessarily that they are useless or fraudulent. It is that many people misunderstand what they actually are. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.